For this video, we're going to take a look at the Tai Chi 3 Circle Qi Gong. Now, this is relatively basic and very easy to get started with, something that if you haven't done Qi Gong before, it's something that you can pick up and have a go at straight away. So even though it's a very simple Qi Gong to start with, you will find that there's a lot of details that you add to it over time and therefore help to develop the energy flow within your body. Anybody can do this Qi Gong as long as you're comfortable standing for a short amount of time. As you get better at the Qi Gong, you can use it as a meditation. So the longer you can spend in this posture, the better the energy flow and the better the conditioning for the body. So for the position of 3 Circle Qi Gong, we're going to start down at the feet. We're going to have the feet together. Place all of the weight into the heels. You're going to pick your toes up, turn them out 45 degrees in each direction. Now from here, you're going to place the weight in the toes, straighten up the heels, and that should roughly give you your shoulder width distance. Now moving up through the body, we're going to go to the knees. We're going to go into this quarter squat position, so we need to bend the knees so they cover the toes from where we're looking down upon them. Now, if you're not quite sure that you're in the right position, then what you can do is you can use a wall. You can place the toes against the wall, bend the knees until the knees touch the wall, and then that should give you some kind of idea of how far you need to bob down. Okay, so moving up into the hips, we're going to just tuck the tailbone under slightly. Now, this isn't going to be too much of a muscular tension, and the tailbone should naturally tuck ever so slightly anyway. So as we go into this squat position, you should feel that the glutes begin to loosen off slightly. So just to allow the bottom of the spine to tuck under. Now from a side profile, you'll notice that you have this S shape in your spine. And this is really important on a daily basis because this is going to absorb a lot of the shock from walking, running, or whatever you're doing upon your feet. So from this position here, we're going to just squat down ever so slightly, and that should naturally straighten up the spine as much as we need to. If you feel like there is a little bit of a gap in the spine, then what you can do is just apply ever so slightly, a very small amount of tension to just tuck them under just a little bit more, but it shouldn't be really, really tense. Otherwise, you'll just cause an arcing of the spine in the opposite direction. If you're unsure about, again, how to flatten off the back, then what we're going to do is we're going to take this position against the wall. You're going to place the heels against the wall. Just shuffle the feet forwards about 6 inches or so. Squat down, straighten the back, and from there you shouldn't be able to slide a hand behind the lower of your back. We need to lift the hands up, but the problem is that if you just go straight forward and lift the hands from the shoulders, you tend to get tension in the shoulders as you lift. And we're trying to eliminate as much bodily tension and use structure, and that will help the Qi to flow through the meridians and also save you a lot of effort when it comes to standing for a long time. So from this position here, we're going to place the hands to the side. You're going to lift them out sideways. So with the shoulders completely relaxed, you just need to move the hands to the side about 45 degrees. Now bend the elbows and bring them forwards until you're almost holding a bowl in front of your chest. Now, as a basic position, this is going to cover everything that we need. So if you visualize holding the bowl, this is going to separate the fingers. It's also going to keep the arms in the correct position, which is going to be somewhere between the bottom of the chin and the center of the chest. So when we move up into the head and the neck, we need to just pull the chin in ever so slightly, and that's going to straighten the upper part of the spine. So again, from the side profile, as we squat down, everything else is in position. And if we're looking directly forwards, you'll notice that the chin's slightly kicked out, and that causes a bend in the back of the neck. So all we're going to do is, if you imagine taking a finger and just pushing your chin straight back towards your throat, you should find that the crown of the head rises, and that completes the straightening of the whole spine. We're then going to take the tongue and press it against the back of the top teeth as if you're making an L sound. So this way, when you do that, you're going to connect the meridians that run through the center of your body. So you've got the yang meridian that runs up straight through your back and over to the top of your head, down to the top of your mouth. And then from here, you're going to use the tongue to connect to the hard palate, and then from the base of your mouth down through the center of your body, you have the yin meridian or the CV meridian, and that's going to complete that forward circle. So as you place the tongue at the top of the hard palate, this is also going to close off the mouth for breathing. So we're going to breathe just nice and comfortably through the nose. So when it actually comes to the breathing, all we're going to do is take a very natural breath and breathe through the belly. So the idea with this is just to try to keep the most relaxed position that you can, the least amount of tension in the body other than holding that position, and trying to really focus on emptying your mind and trying to get yourself into a state where you can really relax. So if you want to practice the breathing, all you're going to do is place your hand on your belly button and then just make sure that there's no rising in the chest. So as we breathe, we're going to place the tongue on the back of the hard palate. We're going to breathe through the nose. In breath, and you should feel that the belly rises, and then out breath, and then the belly just sinks back in. If I stand to the side, as you breathe in, you feel the lower abdomen expand, and then as you breathe out, you feel it suck back in towards the body. So we're going to try this Qigong. We're only going to go for a minute to start with. You will find that after a little while, the legs will start to burn slightly, the tension will build up, but all you need to do is just focus on your breathing. Again, if you want to occupy your mind whilst your body is conditioning to this exercise, go through your checks over and over again when you're in position and just see if everything feels okay. If you're not used to doing static holding in a Qigong or meditation, you will definitely feel the legs start to shake over a short amount of time, but this is perfectly natural. This is just the energy trying to work through the blockages of the legs and also try to connect to the upper body. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with starting to feel that muscle tension work. Okay, so to start the guided practice, we're only going to do 1 minute just so you can get an idea of how it's going to feel. Open up the toes, straighten up the heels, bend the knees over the toes, tuck the tailbone, hands by the sides, let them drift out, up and hold that bowl just in front of the chin, pull the chin in to raise the crown, tongue on the back of the hard palate, and now we're ready to begin. So just start to breathe. I would recommend that if this is brand new to you and you don't do any Qigong or meditation, then start with 1 minute every single day. Start slow and make sure that you can accomplish the time that you set, and then increase it by about 10 seconds every day. The idea is to just try to condition the body, get it strong enough to hold those positions, and also to help strengthen the breath. If you have any questions for any of the 3 Circle Qi Gong, please drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you for watching.